everyone. As we step into the fifth day of our faculty development program, let us remind ourselves that while AI is shaping tomorrow, it is our curiosity and creativity that give it a true direction. Technology may provide the tool, but it is the human spirit of learning, imagination, and transformation that defines its impact. With this thought, we open today's session with great enthusiasm. We are delighted to welcome Ms. Rashu Sachdeva, a dynamic mentor and coach for business leaders with over 2 decades of experience across finance, technology, and education. She has co-founded 2 startups, headed SaaS platform, and guided over 100 global and Indian brands in their digital transformation journey. An evangelist and thought leader for CEOs across India and the Middle East, she has also advised founders in aligning their vision with robust execution strategies. Her personal journey of transformation inspired her shift from corporate leadership to spiritual leadership in business. A certified life coach, NLP practitioner, and a healer. She now conducts workshops on leadership, transformation, and modalities like sound healing and theta healing. She co authored the books Joyous Living to spread the code of fulfilling a life. With a vision to establish a university for life and transformation and a mission to build a global ecosystem that enables women to unleash their true purpose and elevate as leader, she continues to she continues to inspire, change, and spread joy. So we wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am, to this platform. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Nisha, for such a kind introduction. Very courteous and generous of you to use it with so much feeling. So I'm very excited. Thanks, Dr. Savita, once again for putting this whole program together. I'm sure it takes so much effort and energy to bring people, such learned people on one platform. So I'm also looking forward to it. Okay, so I think it is your screen projected. Can we unshare the screen so that I can project the participants? Okay. Okay, I can actually shift to the gallery view. It's absolutely okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you? Is English a good language, or do you want me to use Hindi English mix? What is a better language for
Actually,
everybody?
most of us I have mentioned the people are from Tamil, so it will be
Oh,
hard for them to
English.
understand. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, hello, good evening, everybody. I know you are all watching us. It would be lovely if you could also probably for some time switch on your cameras, and then you can switch it off when you are doing something not comfortable. I see uh, Dr. Professor Nageshwari D. I think she's driving. So if I can see some of you, it'll be nice. And probably you can also use the chat box. So it's going to be an interactive session. I am told that you all are professors, very learned and experienced people in your field. So collectively, I think the group would know as much or more on the topic as I know, and you've been part of this 4-day program. So you've already been equipped with so much more information. So let's make this like a group learning and make it very interactive rather than me sharing with you, because I'm sure we all are using this experience in our own fields. I'm so glad to see you on camera. So if you don't have doctor in front of your name, I will take the liberty of call you by the first name. And if you have doctor in front of the name, or probably I'll call you professor. I think that's easy for everybody, isn't it? Okay, Professor Gayatri, Professor Supriti, Professor Isha, Professor Nitish, and everybody else here. So let me start with a small understanding of this entire group. So what we will do is I have a small tool for you, which will make it, because we are in this AI powered workshop. So I will use technology to my full advantage. Is that okay? Is that good with all of you? Okay. And most of you I can't see. So what we could do is to make it interactive and two-way, you could use the chat box at the bottom as much as possible. Anywhere during the workshop, you think you have a question, you want to speak anything, you can raise your hand and we can unmute and discuss. I am not sharing anything which probably you all collectively wouldn't know. So what I'm trying to do today is to bring out the group intelligence here today in this 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So, and the second is I have a tool here which I'm projecting on my screen. So you can use the chat to engage, you can unmute and share. Please put as many questions, thoughts, ideas that come to you during the presentation on the chat. I will answer it during the session, or if it is relevant post the session, I will try to take that in the end. So here is a tool which I am using. It's called Slido. What you could do is take your phone and scan the QR code of this tool. So here is the QR code on the left. You can all scan it. It will take you to a poll. And I have 3 quick questions to understand all of you. Where are you from? What are you doing? So just scan this, and then as I guide you, you can start filling this up. This is the QR code. You can keep it open and I'll guide you through it as I move towards the session. Okay, one participant has already started typing. You can type then. Okay, if you have reached to this poll, before we begin, I want you all to share with me that what do you want to learn or take away from this session? What is that you want to know? Or what you want to carry with you after this 1.5 hours of conversation today? So please feel free to write whatever comes to your mind. Today's topic is AI-powered performance management and recruitment system, a hands-on lab. So whatever you think around the topic that you want to know, understand, please feel free to type. I'll just be back on the screen. I hope everybody has been able to scan the code. Anybody who's faced the challenge doing it, please type. Are you saying not opening? Dr. Suchi, are you able to do it right now? When you scan the code, it will take you to a link and you go to that link and then you can write what do you want to take away from today's session. Are you able to do it, Dr. Suchi, now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Lovely, great. I'm just going to the screen. Please type as many things that come to your mind. Okay, so I'm seeing all the responses on my screen. Just reading out some of it while you are typing yours. About AI and its tools, want to know about new AI technologies, essence of the topic, like what kind of key player an AI-oriented recruitment process chooses from the bunch of applicants. Want to know about new technologies, essence of the topic, effective use of AI in education, best available AI tools and practices from recruitment performance management system, understand AI advanced tools for teaching learning, how AI can do better, how can AI better the process of recruitment, how to analyze the performance of someone with AI tool, how to use AI in making teaching more effective, how we can enhance our holistic approach teaching through AI. Uh, okay, lovely. I think I've got a lot of answers. Okay, great. Thank you for sharing. How can we enhance AI tools for teaching? Wonderful. So before I get into the topic, I'd like all of you to type from where all are you participating quickly. So let's go get on to know each other. I have got to know what you are here for. So I will try to do justice with your time. Indore, okay, lovely. Dr. Swati is from Indore. Chhattisgarh, Ludhiana, lovely. Great, great, great. Okay, nice. And I would like to understand, are all of you professors and you're going to use this knowledge to teach the students, or there is any other objective of attending this workshop? If there is any other, please mention so that I also cover all audiences together. Tamil Nadu, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, lovely. Great. So, professor in engineering college, lovely. You can, yeah, you can probably type quickly, professor where, and you want to teach this topic to your students, or you want to share something. Chikmagalur, Karnataka, chemistry background. Okay. Because it's a tailored topic, either we use it in our own function of work or we use it with the students or in our teaching. So I want to understand what kind of use you will have for this learning experience. Assistant professor in electrical engineering from Haryana. Lovely. Okay. Great. Others, would you want to type? Where all do you think you will start using this topic? Commerce, business integration with AI use cases. Wonderful. Professor Sukriti, mathematics, education. Okay, great. So I have another question for you after this. So we go back to Slido and I want to understand, we have all been talking about AI, isn't it? So I want you to write down what do you think, feel, and know about AI? How does AI make you feel? Or what do you think about AI? What do you understand about AI right now in this moment? Could be anything, your knowledge about AI, your feelings about AI. You think AI is important, not important, whatever comes to your mind, please write down here. To use software to speed up your activities, great. So the question is, how do you feel, think about AI? What do you know about AI? What is your present understanding about AI? There may be different versions of AI. We understand it differently. Whatever is your present understanding, it will help us to start the workshop from the level of the audience today. Simulation, use software. Wow, so many answers. AI, sector, everyone. I don't understand everyone. If you can just write down what does it mean? It's a tool. It is powerful. It is used for problem solving. AI facilitates and supplements in all sectors. It, okay, great. Okay, time. Maybe you're trying to say it solves time. It saves time. It helps in creation. It is, maybe it's for everyone is what you're mentioning. It helps solve quick. Any more answers? What is your present understanding of AI? How does it make you? Is anybody scared of AI, discomforted? You are not comfortable with AI. Is any powerful, perfection, perform, command, ability? Wow, working, task, quick, silver, I don't understand. Okay. Generation, software. Great. Wow, so many answers. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Supplements in all sectors, intelligence, artificial, spoon, silver spoon. Okay. Silver spoon. Great. AI is definitely, yes. These days, somebody calls it silver spoon, somebody is a little wary about it. Okay, so you all have shared, thank you so much that you are here for a particular purpose around AI. This is what you have shared. Some of your professors, some of you will use it in your work areas. That brings me to the third question. Are you all comfortable with AI understanding at the moment? So the answer is option 1 is yes, option 2 is no. Option 1 is yes, option 2 is no. Let me just quickly edit this. Option 1 is yes. Are you all comfortable with AI? Please feel free to write down because it will help me start at a level where we all go together to take away whatever we intend to take away from today. Yeah. If you're not comfortable, just try not comfortable so that I know that where I have to start this conversation from. And it's an anonymous poll. So let me just give you that comfort. It's an anonymous poll. I will not get to know who's responding what. Okay. 12 people have responded out of 60 people. Can we get more answers, please? It's a very important question. We have to understand for ourselves. Are we comfortable with using AI, understanding AI? We are 60 plus people on this session. So please feel free to answer. If you need the QR code, it is on the left side. Sixteen people have responded. We are 80 plus people. So people who have just joined, if you can just scan this code on the left side from your phone, and you will be taken to a quick survey. It's a 3-point questionnaire. Question number 1 is, what do you want to learn or take away from this session? Question number 2 is, what do you think, feel, or know about AI? And the third question, which I'm trying to get answers, is how many of you are comfortable with AI? We have 19 people responding. I'd want more responses from the audience. Are you facing a challenge? Please let me know if you are facing any kind of challenge in responding to this. No, we are learning. Sneha, 30. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Ma'am, I am not getting the previous questions on the screen.
Okay. I think because I have to be there, now you will get it. So if you just scan this, are you seeing the question now? What do you want to learn or take away from this session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, yeah, I have to be there for you to respond. So people who have just joined, we will spend another 2-3 minutes and we will dive straight into the theme for today.
Also, ma'am, I have already answered, but still it is showing the same question.
Yeah, because it's showing because of my screen. I'm just moving.
Okay.
It will move along with me.
Okay, fine.
Suppose as
So
a
are we
presenter.
supposed to write the answer again, or is it
Not
fine? We
no.
already.
The answer is already submitted. As
Okay.
you see, the answer is there on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, I want more people to fill this poll. Only 21 people have filled it. There are 80 of us. So the first step today is to get accustomed with technology. If we are not accustomed, it will bring agility and more learning experience in this session. This is the first barrier for learning. At least 50%, we'll wait for a few more people, 50% responses for us to move forward. We are almost 90 people here on the session. Okay, great. So 25 people have responded out of 80, and 25 people out of 25, 76% people roughly about 18 people out of the 25. Most of you are comfortable with AI. So then I can go and talk about a little advanced stuff today. So do help me interact on the chat because it will help us to be engaging and I get to know what are you thinking during the session. So I'm now going to get into the session. So basically, before I get again into the session, I want to ask you, we have been all talking about artificial intelligence. So what is your understanding of artificial intelligence? You have already mentioned in terms of it is power, it gives command, it is this, it is that. But what is AI? I want I want to bring notice to this simple understanding. Google Lens, how can we scan? Okay. Oh, you want to see the scanning code? Okay. This is how you can scan. On the left, there is a code. You can click here and scan the code. It will take from the mobile, it will take you to the link where you can fill these questions. There are 3 questions. What do you want to learn or take away from this session? What do you think, feel, or know about AI? And the last question, are you comfortable with AI understanding? Most people are comfortable. So I'm glad. So are we good? Can you type chat on yes? Are we good till here? Are we good till here? So as most of you have shared that you want to understand about AI, you want to understand how AI is benefiting us, and you also want to understand. Thank you so much for your responses. These responses will help me set my pace, and also know that the engagement is happening. So the agenda for today is AI, getting comfortable with AI, using AI across PMS recruitment, trying to find out what are the benefits of AI, and then lastly, talk about what kind of tools are popular, how are they helping us, and how we can integrate AI into our lives and into our functions. So I understood. So I want to start with you going back just in timeline. Okay. So today we are talking of AI, but I want you to think about how we used to do work few years back. Maybe some of you would have seen work 30 years back. So how was work 30 years back? Did we use? We use paper, we use manual work. Can you just type on the chat box, how was work for you 30 years back? How did you do work? Please keep typing on the chat. Paper, it's a ready-made silver spoon. Okay, that's for AI. Paperwork manually, correct? There were not many tools in the past. 16 years back, we used to have paper, we used to have files. Then there was some bit of automation when manually, correct? Yeah, true, right? Please, this one. Great. Without help of machines, manual, correct. Yeah. So we did start using work, and before that, we were actually doing most of it through our hands, through our mind, through ourselves. Then slowly, machines came into being. A typewriter came, some bit of manual machines came, and our work got simplified, correct? And then finally, there was a big invention which really changed the way we started to do work. What was that invention before AI which changed the way we work today? What was that one invention which changed how we do work today? Can you type in the chat box? Computer, yes, computer. So what was so particular or what was so powerful after computer? Internet, yes. But it all started when a computing machine came into being, correct? The computer and the internet really changed the way we do work today and we interact. So now I want you to answer, what does computer stand out for? What did it do for us? Why did it become so powerful and so indispensable for all of us? Then came the mobile, and there's no looking back. Intelligent machine, correct. So computer, the premise of creating computer was to create something which parallels a human being. So basically, a computer was designed on the processing capability of human beings. So that was the next step in the evolution of technology, time saving. Yes, and because of that, whatever human beings could think, we started to put all those programs in the computer, and basis input, the way we process, the computer started to process in different languages, and the output came. So intelligent, and that's why it saved time, and accuracy is more because it is working on a fixed algorithm, unlike human beings, which where we perform differently. We are providing so much data to it, so it's getting more and more powerful. Correct. So my question to you is, what is the next? What is the next after computer? First manual, then computer. The next is, you all know the answer, and that is why we are here. What is the next? What next after this? iPads, okay, that's also part of computer. AI, correct? So what is artificial intelligence? Simply, like you have explained computer, why does artificial intelligence stand out? Why is it so powerful, and why is it so daunting for us? More than powerful, a lot of people are saying it's also daunting. We are scared of this. Why is it so? Man-made thinking power, great. Computer also had man-made thinking power, but there's something additional which makes AI stand out. And that simple understanding sets all this workshop apart. So till computer, we were thinking about putting our thinking abilities on the computer and the machine. But with artificial intelligence, where we are going 100 steps ahead. So human beings are human beings because we are, in computer data was fed, but it was not deploying any functions without human intervention. AI is a computer system that can do things, learn and solve problems. So till computer, we were thinking and solving problem. But with AI, like human beings, the unique gift that we all have is learning. And that makes AI supersede all, yeah, privacy concerns, of course, that come along with the use of it. So AI is basically powerful because it is using the learning ability of a human being. So an AI machine, when you set up a program, it will not just calculate, but it will also learn from past behavior of the data, past behavior of the output, very much like human beings. And because of that learning enhancement, there is no limit to what it can learn like human beings. And that sets it apart, and it makes it the biggest technological revolution that is coming so far. So just to explain to you simply, AI has a thinking, solving, and learning capability. Thank you so much, Manisha. Manisha mentioned that. Mansi mentioned that. But all answers are good answers. So are you here? Are you with me till here? Can I just do a quick check on you all? Are you here with me? Can you just type a chat or yes on the chat box? I find it very difficult to not understand and see you, whether you are. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, lovely. So many people have started putting yes. Thank you so, so much. Okay. So that brings me today. You've been covering so many different topics over the past 4 days. That brings me today on the topic for today, that how is AI enabling recruitment and hiring process. So I'm getting a little focus into the topic right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop me and ask a question. So in recruitment, so I'm just drawing a parallel of this past and present in the recruitment or the HR operations scenario. So initially in the past, as you all said, it was the traditional way of doing HR, manual record keeping. You remember those files which we had still in a lot of government offices, those documents are preserved. Because it was manual, person dependent, it was time consuming. Payroll also happened manually. You remember those, people used to call it bahi khata, or they used to call it ledger books. So that manual way of working, paper based onboarding, everything was, new person came in, somebody trained manually, everything was on paper, all documents we used to carry our files. So everything was manual, paper based, and human based. Person based rather. Lack of scalability because it was one person specific. So if we wanted 100 people to get recruited, we needed X number of people. If we wanted more number of people to get recruited, then we had to recruit more people to recruit people, because it was a person specific scenario. Limited strategic focus because there is as much that you could do. When you hire people, there is a cost of hiring. So there is as much investment that a business can do. Limited strategic focus, compliance challenges because it was on paper prone to error. Nobody could duplicate it, check it. So there, that was the scenario. When the computer came and the present way evolved, today we have, like Dr. Savita had mentioned in the beginning, that in her college, in Lovely Institute, they had a very, very advanced performance management system, and they had a dashboard which was like a leaderboard. So today is that time where you have leaderboards, you have advanced HR systems where onboarding happens automatically, application is tracked automatically, recruitment also happens through bots to some extent. There is HR analytics, detailed dashboards of a lot of data. There is a lot of data intelligence, data mining, enhanced, and the overall enhanced employee experience because most of the things are at the click. Are you with me till here? Can you type a yes? Do you relate to this scenario in your organization, in your work area? Can you quickly type it yes on the chat box? Is this good? You relate with it? Then what next? So like we said that till now computer learn and computer think and solve. So till now we were in the phase where a machine or where a system or where a technology can think and solve for us. But now this is the next stage. This technology is thinking, solving, and also learning. Learning on its own, learning from the data, learning from the human behavior. And if you know that if there is learning, there is constant increment without us intervening. So what is next? Next is, as we all know, AI. So now I'm getting into the benefits and how AI is streamlining the process of recruitment and performance management system. My question to you is, before I get, so I'll keep asking questions to you. If you can still open your camera, see me, it'll be very, very good. So the question to you all is, would AI replace human beings? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Who is that? Professor
ma'am.
Dr.
Sandhya.
Bindu
No,
Pal.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I love that no with so much conviction. No, and we don't want it to happen, isn't it? Man is the most beautiful creation of God. So, of course, AI is not going to replace human beings, or however it's said, it's going to displace a lot of jobs. There are so many studies that by 2030, these are the kind of jobs that will get redundant. So, all of that is there. And that happened with computers also, right? When computers came in, there were some jobs which a person who does a manual entry, that job does not exist anymore. So it shifted into a data entry. So either people upscaled or people or the job shifted, the job role shifted. Correct? So these were the two things happened. People who did not upscale or did not shift the job, they were out of work, isn't it? So that's the future of AI also, that AI is not capable of replacing or displacing human beings. But there is a very, very profound understanding for all of us in this, that AI won't replace humans, but it will. But people who use AI will definitely displace and replace people. I want you all to just read this, internalize it. That, and it's true for human beings, isn't it? All of us know the theory of evolution. Who created the theory of evolution? Thanks to our science textbooks. Can you type on the chat box? Who created the theory? I have to actually switch to the chat after switching it off. AI will replace tasks, not humans. It handles repetitive routine work while humans remain needed for empathy, creativity, and complex judgment. Correct. So my question to you is, what is the theory of evolution and who gave the theory of evolution? Do you know, anybody remembers here? Charles Darwin. Thank you, Manjeet. Thank you so much, Dr. Manjeet. You are like a pro in responding. Correct? So that applies for AI also. So there is no challenge of getting scared or running away, because evolution, survival of the fittest. So people who learn AI to their advantage, they will never be displaced or replaced. Rather, they will be more valued, because the human essence along with the technology is a very powerful combination, like Professor Manpreet has mentioned here. So AI won't replace humans, but people using AI will displace or replace others. So what's the benefit of using AI? Now I want you to think about your recruitment processes. And before we get into this, I want to just share yeah, you can use your chat box and think about recruitment process when you were recruited, or when you recruit, or when you teach your students. And before the second part of it, so basically the first part of the presentation, I wanted to highlight for you as professors, as people who are going to equip students coming forward, it is very important to enable them to understand what is technology going to do for us and what is our role constantly. So once we make them understand that technology is as good as your own evolution, then they are in always a safe space, and they need not get scared or worried with new technology. So as teachers, professors, if we can guide our students to become agile with new technology, with new situations, that is why I wanted to set this whole context of AI and how AI will enable us in our different realms of work. So that brings me to the second question. Now you all would have gone through a recruitment process. Either you have been recruited, or you recruit somebody, or you are teaching about recruitment and performance management system. So can you write down that what could be the probable benefits of getting a new process enabled through AI? So let me just simplify for you. Can you all list down the steps in the recruitment process? Whatever you have experienced for your roles. What are the steps in recruitment or hiring new people?
HR planning,
Written
ma'am, HR
test.
planning. Then,
Right. The first is
yes,
HR planning.
then
Correct.
application,
Yes.
application.
Application.
After
Correct.
that, written test.
Written test. Correct. You screen them and you see if there's a match.
Yes,
What
recruitment,
recruit? Then you
selection,
hire, select them. Correct.
selection,
Right.
induction.
And then you onboard them. Thank you so much for putting it so simply. So the first starts with identifying which function in the organization has a need, how many people are needed, what kind of role they need to come and follow. So there is a job description that you put. Then you send this job description through portals, through your people, through hunting organizations, and then you get back interest from people. Once you get back interest from people, you kind of shortlist them. Currently also there is a shortlisting based on automated tools. Some resumes get shortlisted for the next round. You do a couple of rounds, you find a fitment, you get them onboarded if their eligibility and their criteria is meeting the job role, and then they are finally onboarded. Correct? This is the normal routine process. CV, elementary test, preliminary test, conducting recruitment fastly. So yeah, some of you have mentioned. So now think about AI. AI's capability is helping you learn, helping you solve. And this conversation, actually, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you also framework that you can use with your students. Because the most important for today's students is to continue to think out of the box and not rely straight away, not go to chat gpt and ask what is the best tool I can use for recruitment. But as teachers, as professors, and as transformers, we actually can make them to think and apply different situations. So this format you can go and straight away apply to your students. I'll be happy to share the presentation if you want that. So this is the intention of this workshop. One is to engage you, but the second is to enable you to deal with your students and get them onboarded on this conversation. So we have listed down that this is a general traditional recruitment process. Now I want you to think that the ability of AI is to think, solve, and enable learning. It is constantly learning. So what would become better with AI in each phase? What would become better? So please type, what would improve if we use a tool like an artificial intelligence tool for writing job descriptions and doing need analysis. How would it be different than traditional AI tools? Can you write in the chat box? Or you can unmute and share. Have you understood my question? You can type a yes. So I'm asking you to think that in the recruitment process, writing concise, yes. So the JD can become more precise. Okay. What else? Yeah, great. So in the recruitment, what are the benefits of using artificial intelligence? What does artificial intelligence tell us?
Ma'am, by using artificial intelligence, you will save your time and
You save your time.
you will get accurate methods of writing the job description and specification and all.
All right. But that we used to do with the computer also. With the computer and other, there were some simple tools. What is the AI enabling? There's an answer on the chat box. But what is the extra edge that AI is enabling us to do? Somebody's already typed. So we were already using some of these tools, isn't it? Dr. Savita just mentioned that she was using this performance management system, very interactive, creating competition. It was almost like up and down when the leaderboard was going up and down. You could feel those emotions. So it was already doing that. Unbiased recruitment. I would like you, Dr. Shuchi, to mention how unbiased recruitment. What does it do? How does it lead to unbiased recruitment? Dr. Shuchi, you can just unmute and share. It's a good point. AI will add various perspectives based on learning from large database. Correct. So there is a lot of data that is there in the organization, and there is a lot of intelligence that is in the human mind. So what AI does is, yes, Dr. Shuchi.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Shuchi, please share. Please share. We can hear you. Dr. Shuchi, we can hear you. Okay, resume screening, shortlisting, unbiased recruitment, prediction and analysis. Professor Mayur, could you help me understand what do you mean when you say prediction and analysis? Hello, Dr. Mayur, Professor Mayur. Anybody wants to just unmute and share what does AI? I want you all to think very simplistically. Sometimes what happens is there is so much of deluge of information and we miss on the simple points. So if a tool starts to process information and learns like human beings, what advantages it will bring to the recruitment system? What better it would do than today? Okay, internet connection is a problem. No problem. More points? Okay, so let me just simplify this for you. Most answers are correct answers. All answers are right answers. So basically, the big picture for the AI is that we are automating and we are automating the way we look at data, which is very powerful. Which means that an AI tool scans data, past behaviors of employees. It matches what has been working in the past, whatever has not been working in the past, and then it gives you an ideal job description for a particular role. Second is, it doesn't carry the human biases, like somebody said. It'll fasten the process, makes computers. So it doesn't carry human biases because we as individuals operate from our intelligence and our knowledge. But if we are using the group intelligence like we are using now, we will have different perspectives. So the biases will go out of the system and we will rely more on data-based decisions. And we will have a forecast. So the second is there's a predictive hiring. There'll be a forecast and on what is not just hiring about performance, what kind of candidate has worked best in the past. And that will help us choose the right candidate in the future. It will enable us set the right KPIs for performance because we now know what are the traits, what are the signs that people and teams will perform better because somebody is learning from that data constantly. Lastly, personalized learning because now since we are not doing everything based on human or one machine. One learning experience can be personalized to different people. So what my learning need is very different from Dr. Shuchi's learning needs. So with a tool which is learning behaviors, it is very easy to customize learning plans, very much like a chat GPT prompt, isn't it? If you give it a prompt to cook a recipe, it will pick your past behaviors and give you a recipe. Maybe if you have asked Bengali recipes earlier, it will ask you for Bengali recipes. It will give you Bengali recipe kind of cuisines. If your previous behavior has been continental, it will give you continental cuisines. So it is learning from what you have asked in the past. So that is what it will do for organizations and people. So that is the big picture. So my next question to you is, how many of you have used ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity, any kind of similar tool? Okay, most people, wow, nice. All I have used. Very nice, Dr. Prakash. And see, ChatGPT is a favorite because the moment I said ChatGPT, everybody started typing ChatGPT, isn't it? Can I all get a react? So there is a react button here. Can you all give a thumbs up for whoever has used ChatGPT? So everybody's responses will project on the screen. Can we do that, please? I'm still not asking you. Kulmani, Professor Kulmani used ChatGPT, correct? Yeah. So what ChatGPT does is, unlike a traditional search, your behavior, past behavior, and everybody else's behavior and modifies your responses. So that is the power of personalized learning response that AI will give us for a recruitment process or a performance management system. I know you are all curious for a lot of tools, so I'm slowly getting into that part as well. So this is the next step as we think. So the past was manual, the present is automated, the future is evolved, and there is no limit. It's intelligent, it is AI driven. There are chatbots, there is predictive learning, there is AI powered performance system, advanced planning, advanced data, personalized. So there is no limit, automatic algorithms. And therefore, what is it doing for everybody? So what is it doing? So before I get to this slide, which all of you are waiting, what is it doing for everybody? Because now the nature of the tool support that we get is very different. Is it changing the way we are working right now? Can you type a yes or no? Is it redefining the job descriptions per se? Can you type a yes? Thank you for all your thumbs up. I'm very happy to see that. Yes, it is definitely redefining. After the manual work was displaced by computer, we no longer are in the habit of writing. Correct? I have two children and they're not very interested in writing, but their fingers move very fast on the phone. So that is the technological advancement or evolution. So that is what AI is also going to do. So I want you all write down one job that AI is going to displace completely. What one job which is not needed now for the hiring process. If AI can do things so powerfully, what is that one job which will displace completely for sure in some time? Can you type in the chat box? One job that AI enabled tools will displace completely from the recruitment and the hiring process for sure. Think about it. And that is the conversation which is important for students, because students can reduce manpower, yes. Which role in which the manpower may not be needed? So think about the benefits, how we spoke about what part of recruitment is getting automated, what kind of role will get displaced. And this information is very important for the students who we are teaching, because they will get to know how to be equipped to think before the change starts to hit us. Screening of resume, correct, absolutely, resume screening. Today also, the first round is mostly done by tools. But I have experienced myself, and I have experienced from other people, that when the resume is scanned, even useful parts of the resume, so they disregard the useful resumes also, because currently it was only keyword search. But with AI, there are advanced searches on behavior and other things. So this job will get. Now, what is that one job which will get created for talent function, for performance function, for employee enrichment? What is that one job for performance management? Think about the process. Performance management system, you hire people. So we'll do that same exercise that we did for recruitment. So what is the process of performance management system? How do we manage and retain talent in the organization? Initial resume screening and shortlist tool usage, correct. So the new job creation is anybody who is able to use a tool. Let's say when the ERPs or the HRM tools came into function, people who were very quick to type and who were very quick to translate it into data entry, they were the ones who got priority. So that job got AI efficient recruiter job, correct. So wonderful. So you understand. So what is going to happen is, because the tool is enabling different parts of it, we may not remember everything now. We may not be required to do everything, but we may be required to do different things. And that's why the nature of our work and the whole process is going to shift. So specifically coming back to recruitment and performance management, so basically, these are the areas, a quick glance, that job posting, job analysis will get very, very active and intelligent, because market data can be scanned, competitor data can be scanned, internal performance data of employees can be scanned, and then the key responsibility and skills that will enable success can be mapped onto a GD. And like I told you, unbiased, because not one person's biases are going to impact it. The second is application screening. Some of you have already mentioned it. Candidate shortlisting, which is right now only happening on keyword search, can now happen that the bot goes on the LinkedIn profiles with certain intelligence. It goes and shortlists candidate based on their experience automatically, and it gets you. So so maybe the tools like Naukri or some other tools, they will have to function differently if they have to survive in this market. Or the recruitment agencies, their work is going to get displaced. The fourth is resume sharing and shortlisting. Now there is a direct match of the candidate through the tool and the AI, and it also learns. So the ability to hire the right talent is going to increase manifolds. Lot of organizations, there are a few companies who are part of the Shark Tank also. Lot of organizations have already started using interviews through AI, where 80% of the interview is already done by the tool, and the assessment is automated, it is gamified, and then they get the final 20%. Then the human intervention comes in, where they have a final round. So it has brought down the cost and the time of hiring definitely already. Selection, decision process, onboarding can be more intelligent, can be more personalized, can the learning experience can be very different. So that is how AI is going to enable the whole recruitment process. So when, as professors, as people in our own area of work, this is what we can equip our students with, is the ability to think that how change is going to impact now and in future, and stay prepared for it. Learning one tool is only a strategy to deal with it, but if you give them the ability of how to think, so if we tell the students how to think, then they can deal with anything that's coming in their life. Likewise for performance management system. For performance management system also, a similar conversation I can engage, that what are the parts of a performance management system? Can somebody like Dr. Bindu had mentioned about recruitment system, can somebody help? What are the steps in a performance management or a talent development system for organizations, or what you have gone through? Anybody, would you like to unmute and share? Predictive insights, yes, Professor Manpreet. Would anybody like to share what is the meaning of performance management and what does it do for organizations?
Ma'am, performance management is like what the employer expects from the employee, and what actually, to what extent the are the targets which the employee has to meet and what actually the employee has performed. So on the basis of that, some decisions are to be taken, like promotion and increments or transfer or like this.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Bindu, and thank you for being so responsive. I've got more responses here and absolutely well, simply crisply put. Dr. Govindan is saying identify weaker students, of course. Identify people who need help, people who need to be brought up. It could be students, it could be employees, anywhere. Training and development of employees. Professor Shilpa, I didn't understand. There's a spelling error, so I'm not able to read this properly. So in a performance management system, it's very simple that you recruit a person for doing a particular job function, right? So there was a JD initially. Now, when you recruit that person, there is a pact between the organization and the person that this was the goal or the job role. And this is what you are required to deliver in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So that is the performance management system which ensures or which finds out that whether the employee is living up to the job role and the goals. And that system automatically gives you those kind of reports and interventions where you have to either help the employee, acknowledge the employee, or suggest feedback, improvements for the employee. And now there are very, very predictive databases. There are very, very predictive dashboards which give advanced forecasting, which kind of employees perform best, what is the probability of an organization achieving results with these kinds of employees, how many of these should be promoted, what happens and what kind of employees can be promoted. So it's getting very, very intelligent because it is thinking like human beings. So attainment, okay, attainment. Shilpa, Professor Shilpa, can you explain this point? I'm not able to understand clearly what is the point that you're mentioning. Align employees' performance with strategic objectives, yes, and all of it, you don't have to do it. So typically what happened initially was when the PMS was run, the entire HR PMS function, all the employees, the entire team used to be very, very occupied. But now with the tool doing that analysis, they don't have to wait till the year end for all that to happen. It can happen intermediary. It is working on the background. Whether, yeah, there are some more responses. It is working on the background even when the team is not engaged. So more productivity, better results, better forecasting, and therefore better outcomes. Evaluate and strategic outcomes, whether tasks have been correct, whether tasks have been done, and also course correction can happen timely. Because initially what happened, I was working with an organization, it was a retail organization, their entire assessment of employees. So they were across 100 plus stores, large format, and they were in multiple cities across India. So it used to take 3 months for the team to go. The team was not computer savvy. There was only one computer for 50 people. So the team used to go and do performance assessment. It used to take 3 to 6 months for one cycle. Now imagine if you get to know after 6 months how the team is performing, then when do you do course correction? So with AI, it is all real time. You continue to see it every day and you are evolving with that learning. So that is why it is very, very powerful. We are 100 plus people and I'm getting a good engagement. People who have just joined, please feel free to post questions. We are at 7:05, another 25 minutes in the workshop. I'm trying to make it very practical, very engaging, so that all of you go back and apply this knowledge with your organization, with your colleges, with your students, with your employers, with yourself. So please make use of it by asking as many questions as possible. Minimize employee turnover, absolutely, because now your hiring is correct. You are somebody is Professor Dimple has said minimize employee turnover. Now you are hiring somebody who's very much suitable for the role. The probability of performance is higher, and then you are tracking and course correcting. So definitely the person will be more successful and the organization is more successful, and that is why there is less turnover. People don't leave because now everybody is using your experiencing success. Thank you. Wonderful points, aren't they? You know so much. Like I started that this session is me learning from all of you. If you are very engaged, please feel free to switch on your cameras and see me once in a while. It's always nice to see each other and talk. It gives me more energy and I'll be more engaged. Thank you, Professor Hemlata. Okay. Great. So thank you so much, Dr. Shruti. Thank you so much, Professor Sandhya, Professor Dimple. Thank you. Yeah, I understand, Dr. Suchi, your internet is not working. That's so kind of you. So here's how AI is going to enable performance process. There is goal setting, there is tracking, there is then course correction, continuous learning of employee behavior, and also inputs to employees working, not working properly, can do better. And also there is a scope for recognition because you are taking timely decisions and there is information of who's performing. So goals can be more smart with AI, measurable, specific, achievable, realistic, done on timely manner because you have data and constant learning of employee behavior and results. AI is as analyzing dashboards, creating those real-time leaderboards which help you take action. The management can see the entire talent, how it's performing at the tips of the fingertip. Feedback and coaching because you are having those predictive and personalized tools for learning. Performance reviews are happening in a better way. Onboarding and role realization. Yeah, wonderful. Any other questions still here? Then I get to the last part, which is what kind of tools you can use for AI. What are the best? And I'm going to show you a quick glimpse of one way of using AI through a video. Any other questions till here? Do you have any questions? Ma'am, please give highlights on how to give input to any AI tool to analyze, say, graphs, charts. Okay, let me just do this hands-on with you. Professor Shilpa, is it good if I do it with Chat GPT? Would that be good for you? Can you type yes? Yeah, I wanted to share a lot of features. Even in the free version of ChatGPT, there are so many features that you can utilize. Yes, highlighting on how to give inputs to AI tools. So basically, when it's very, very simple, we call it prompt. And now there is also a very high paying profile role, highly paid role, which is called the prompter, the Chat GPT prompter, the AI prompter. So let me just tell you that while all of this is good and people who take advantage of the opportunity get benefited, but it is very, very simple to train a Chat GPT or a tool for your own benefit. So let me utilize these 5 minutes to give you simple things. And there are so many ads which are going viral that don't use your Chat GPT or Gemini or any AI tool like a search tool because it has much more capability. So I'm just going to show you and and I wanted to show you that this chart which I created, I have just showed you on the slide was I did a lot of research with my own experience, then I gave the right prompt. So this chart which I created on for the PPT is from ChatGPT. So these ones. So I gave a relevant prompt to ChatGPT and I got this chart. And I got this chart, recruitment process, because I gave it a prompt. What is a traditional hiring process? How the traditional hiring process is getting impacted by new processes? And what is the benefit for using ChatGPT? So after 3, 4 prompts, it gave me a relevant this chart also which I am using now, and we usually used to Google search or we used to create this infographic, and I spent an hour or so creating such infographic. I got this in 5 minutes from the tool because I gave it a very relevant prompt that I want the evolution of HR operations from manual to AI driven in 3 forms: past, present, and future. And after 2 prompts, it gave me this. So basically, with technology, you are training the tool and you are also training how yourself to use the tool. Is this useful? I'm going to get inside the tool and show you a demo. Is this useful? Can you type on chat? Some of you are already advanced and you must be using it. And there's another very fabulous feature on chat GPT. I wanted to show you that. Is this useful? You can type a yes if it is. Yeah, okay. So let me just take you through a chat GPT exercise. You could use any tool. Perplexity is also equally good. Excuse me for that. There are so many useful tools that Gemini is also good. And there are other tools which I'm going to tell you about recruitment process. I'll give you a laundry list of that. So here I go to Chat GPT. Okay. Now I can actually do a couple of things here. I can ask him, give me so I can basically, so in that new chat GPT, there is a feature of uploading. So let's say if I want to get a graph or a trend, I can give it a prompt that I want, so give me a trend of trend of how technology has helped improve talent retention. Sorry, my keyboard is a little retention over last decade. Share a info graphic. Okay. Now, as I get trained on the prompts, there is a high possibility that in the first go, I get what I want to get. But there is also a possibility that I don't get. So see, in terms of data, it is already given me. AI retention, data-driven HR decisions. This is what is the forecast. See, it has already given me a relevant search. Now I am asking it to give me, please, you can ask, give it a prompt, give me in PPT form, give it to me in, please share an image with graph on this trend. So as you see, it's going to create an image for me. So right now, so it'll give an image and I can give further prompt. So basically, the more you get used to it, the more. And there's another feature, very, very useful feature. You can actually upload a document here. So you can actually upload your photo and it will help you create a similar photo or a file. You can actually upload the JD and it will help you create a KPI for that JD. So let me just upload my resume if I have this add files. Okay. So what I'm now doing is I'm adding my previous resume. Maybe somebody's resume is here. So I'm just uploading somebody's resume and asking it, share with me the top things for a suitable top criteria for a suitable role. I hope this image is also come. So see, did you see this image popping in front of you? A decade of HR tech trends that enhance talent retention. So it is put all these trends on a graph and you can actually download it. Now I can't see the left and the right axis. So I'm saying this image is good, but please help me put the left and the right axis. So it is saying that there was 70% improvement because of technology in retention, 90% improvement. I think that it is what it's saying. But I can again give it a prompt that I need more understanding, I need more description, and it can be downloaded as PPT, PDF, and you can continue to give intelligent prompts to it. Now, this is a job description that I had put for myself. This was on my laptop for somebody. And for that job description, it is telling me that the fitment is marketing leadership, or maybe like a CMO, because the job description carries the CMO title. These are the industries and the kind of company. This is what I can do. These are the geographies. So it will help me refine. Now I can go to the next level and tell me, share with me the kind of jobs that are suitable in India, what companies I can look at. And this is getting more intelligent with more features on mining on LinkedIn and other tools. Are you with me till here? Is this useful for you? Can you just quickly type on the chat box? Are you with me till here? Okay, great. So I'm just going to show you a quick video of how, for maths, how to create a PPT. You can just give it a prompt that this is the topic. I want the PPT to be I want the PPT to be interesting, simple for students. Give it to me in a PPT downloadable form. It will give you. When you get it, just review it. Keep giving prompts. I want it to be simpler. I want it to be having description, and you will get it. And there are more tools that you can do. So because the equation does not come out properly, okay, yeah, sometimes it does that, but then and also the tool is also getting refined. So now the image feature on ChatGPT has become much better than what it was a couple of months back. So you can look for specific tools for maths problems and you will get the right answers. You can just do a search that what are the AI tools for maths problems and PPT. So going back to my topic, so I want to just show you a list of, same problem in physics or any other subject. See, so it's the same thing where there is a quote. When we teach the child how to hunt, then he can never be hungry. How to look for it. If we tell the child what to eat, then वो बोलेगा अच्छा vegetable, I've eaten fruits, now what? But if you tell the child how to do it, then he or she will keep thinking. That's the same thing for learning ChatGPT also. Okay. Yeah. Now getting to the last part of it, that for recruitment, you would be interested in knowing a lot of tools. So let me just show you some of the searches that I had put for this session. Which will be a learning session for you. So here is a list of so many tools that ChatGPT gave me for performance management system. Now I went back to some of them and I started searching. So this is a list of all the tools. I have it in my deck also. So some of it I have used. Success Factors. Success Factors was an ERP and now it has become AI enabled. So it was an ERP for talent management, SAP. Now it's become more advanced with AI. So these are the tools for performance management, BetterWorks, Lattice. For recruitment, there are different tools for different phases. Like there is HireVue, which gives you automatic interviews checklist. A person comes in, he gets interviewed. The tool creates an assessment, gives it to the company for X number of candidates, and also gives probability of success. And then the company does the final interview. Likewise, there are so many tools here on the list. I want to show you a quick video. It's 7:25. Just a quick overview of how a tool can enable and shorten the time. It can save cost for the company. So I just want to show you the demo, a quick 1-minute demo for interview. Just give me a heads up if you are able to listen to the audio.
And just be yourself. Did you just get an invitation to take a HireVue interview? Or are you expecting one? You may be wondering what to do next.
Is the voice audible? Can't. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Shetty. You've been very supportive.
In this video, I'm going to explore what you can expect from your HireVue interview and give you some tips to help you succeed. Companies use HireVue to get to know you better and understand your skills and experiences beyond your resume or job application. HireVue is basically a way to interview when and where you want. All you need is a mobile device with a camera or a computer with a webcam to interview anywhere at the time that works best for you. In the interview, you simply respond to a series of job-related questions. To keep things fair, You'll be answering the exact same questions as every other candidate for the job. You typically have 30 seconds to prepare and up to 3 minutes to respond to each. If you're taking a video interview for the first time, it might be a little awkward. No worries. Before you start interviewing, you do have some time to complete some practice questions. Just a heads up before I get into the tips, if you're expecting an invitation to interview and haven't received one yet, you may need to search your email inbox. If you can't find it there, try double checking your spam folder. Now, here's what other candidates like you have done to interview successfully. Make yourself comfortable. Since you can interview anywhere, find the place where you think you'll be the most comfortable and where you can enter the zone. Pick a spot to record that is quiet and free from. Finally, check your lighting. Answer the questions. Just speak and focus in a way that makes you comfortable. Your HireVue interview might also include a series of games. If so, you'll see a game summary screen. These games will help the employer see how you think. I recommend giving the instructions a look so you go into each game prepared and ready. When you begin, you'll see a countdown starting at 3. When the countdown reaches 0, start playing. That's it. After you complete your interview, it's sent to a recruiter or hiring manager who might email, call, or text you to discuss next steps. I hope you take the opportunity to relax, have fun, and
So this was one of the use cases. Like this, there is no end, and it's just the beginning of the possibilities of using AI tools in different areas. For teachers specifically, there are so many tools that you could use to make learning more engaging for your students. So that's from me for this topic. A quick thank you. And if you have any questions, we have 5 minutes left. So I'd like to take any question. That's a sign of message from my side for all of you. We have finished well on time, not holding you back. So if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, there is a QR code at the bottom. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. That's a sign off. Thank you so much. I had a great time with all of you, and I'm here to take your questions now. The QR code for LinkedIn is here on the right. So any questions from anybody? Any questions that you want me to answer? Thank you. Thank you. Interesting session. Thank you so much. P-version gives 10 attempts. Do log in with email is safe, or it takes away all information of your emails and drives. Okay, sure. Definitely. Sure. That's a good sharing actually. Anybody, you have more questions? Dr. Savita, Professor Nisha, you want me to share anything else? Hope this was useful.
Yes, ma'am, it was a
Ma'am, I
wonderful
have a
and
question.
very interactive and enriching session for all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. There is a question I think somebody asked.
Yeah.
Yes,
Who-
good evening, ma'am. Ajit Singh from Prayagraj. I have a question that you mentioned about HR AI using in HR, but I want to know that can we use in classroom assessment of a student any of the simple tools which might be free
Yes.
using through AI so that we
Yes.
can analyze the student performance in various
Yes,
subjects?
there are so many tools, but I've not used per se an assessment tool for classroom assessments. But I know that there are so many
Okay.
tools which are free also. So if you just
Okay,
search
ma'am.
on the internet, find a
Sure.
lot of good tools.
Sure,
Because when
sure.
I
Thank you
used
so
to
Yes.
like just use Slido. Slido
Okay.
is one tool that you can use on phones. Mentimeter is another tool where you can create a quiz, and that is free up to 50 participants for a particular month. So there are so
Okay,
many
ma'am.
tools that you can use similar.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And if we share anything using ChatGPT, is that will be available on online? Actually, see, basically there are generic things which, so my humble submission to everybody is that don't use ChatGPT to replace you and your creativity and your uniqueness. Because if you use it for that, that information is available everywhere. Then you will not be valued for the unique reason that you were creative. So use it to enhance what you already have. So even when you give your prompts, you are using that information, make it yours. Like I just shared with you, it was not a copy paste from the internet, but I used my own experience of work, gave it relevant prompts, and that will make it unique. But always start attempting with your own uniqueness and creativity so that it is not available everywhere and it is not a copy. So that is my strong recommendation for any tool that you're using. Use it to enhance what you already have. Just to
Ma'am, actually, my question is that if I upload anything, that will be considered as online material. For example, I uploaded something, and later it may be considered as plagiarism or something like that.
Yes. So there is a setting in ChatGPT which says incognito, like internet. In that, it may not be used, but I personally don't rely on that piece because you don't know what's going behind. So use your personal information, private information with a pinch of salt. Be very careful of what you are uploading. While it is in incognito, but ultimately AI is using all kinds of information. So upload only things which you think are safe to upload and be used. That is my word of caution. That is what I do. I don't upload very, very critical private information on ChatGPT. Yes, Professor Pratik, you have a question. You were part of the session. So sorry, I got confused because nice to see
Thank you.
you.
Same here.
Any other questions? Thank you for taking time out. I am very, very grateful that in the evening you could have been anywhere, but you chose to learn and grow. And you all are here till the last part of the session. So I am extremely grateful for your time and your presence.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rash Sishwa ma'am. It was really ecstatic. And the way you have engaged the participants throughout the session, it was really wonderful. So I think everyone's appetite of, performance management system, you have satisfied with a very good delivery and thoughts. I hope the participant might have understood thoroughly. As we can see, there's so many gratitude coming up to you. It is a really indicative for the same. So thank you so much. Looking forward for such more collaborations. Thank you once again.
Same here. Thank you so much. And I had real joy, though we were not able to see participants, but I understand. But most of you engaged, which made it very easy for me. And whenever I said switch on your cameras, some of you did switch on, like Professor Gurpreet has done that, Professor Rajiv. So I am very grateful that you have
Right
listened.
now, we also want to have one, quick click with
group
you.
picture.
Yeah. So that's why I request you to stay for a while. So meanwhile,
And I have
also,
something for you. I
we
have a
also
reaction to
grateful, sir, for joining us again for the second day. We are obliged, sir, and welcome you on board.
Thank you.
pleasure meeting Dr. Pratik.
Yeah, same here. Maybe in future we can talk more. Yeah.
Of course, we'll be very happy to touch base. Thank you. Nice to see you all. Wow. The
Yeah.
screen looks lit up, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I always say beautiful faces with smiles
Right.
coming up.
See, AI cannot replace human beings.
True. That's the real, human press there. Ajit sir, we could not see you. You're not on the webcam. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Bindu Malvya, she's not there. I think Nitika must have taken 3-4 clicks of all the participants.
Can you all say cheers?
Yeah, cheers.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Savita. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Nishima.
Thank you
you,
so much.
everybody,
Thank
for
you.
being so
Thank you.
participative.
Bye-bye for
Good
now.
night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over to you, Nisha ma'am.
So I wholeheartedly thanks Rashtra Sachdeva ma'am. And now we move forward to second session of the day and welcome back Dr. Pratik Bhatia, Professor, Washington State University, Pullman, USA. Yesterday, Dr. Pratik introduced to us the theoretical foundation of predicting at-risk students. With that strong base in place, we are delighted to welcome him once again, as today he is going to take us to the practical sessions of implementing these systems using Python and machine learning. So we look forward to hearing from you, sir, and we are very curious to learn the practical aspects of intelligent tutoring system.
Thank you, Nisha. So, um, I hope you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, thanks to all of you for joining this session. As you know that this is an important session where we are going to discuss hands-on on building intelligent tutoring system with Python and machine learning. So the idea is to give you a walkthrough that how we can create these kind of system, and we discussed about various phases of building intelligent AI-based systems. So we would be covering all those things in this session. So we will be taking the recap, first of all, what we discussed in the previous session, and then we will be building on that, and then we will be having demonstration on all those points. So at this point, I need your participation. So I request um, all the participants that please participate in that discussion. So this is what we discussed in the yesterday's session. So here I have listed all those things. So can anyone like to elaborate more or recap what we discussed? So I would be starting from each phase. So in the beginning, we discussed that why it matters and its scope. Can anybody wish to add more to this? Why it matters to have AI-based system at place? So yeah, anyone? I'm looking for your responses. No chat, just unmute and talk. I need your participation because you see that this is going to be a hands-on session where we will be giving walkthrough and discussing and conceptualizing more on what we covered in the previous session. So please, uh, the last session we discussed about why it matters to have AI-based analytical system. So anyone who want to add more to that? Why it matters, why we require AI-based system as compared to human uh, doing all that analytics. So why it is important to have this? Yeah, please. No one is ready to speak.
Good
Okay,
evening,
so
sir.
yeah, good. Thank you, Ajit, for coming forward.
Sir, good evening, sir. Actually, you said that why AI is important in evaluation or in analysis. So, because it is more accurate, it can calculate faster than us, and AI it can handle a lot of data with accuracy. So that I believe that this can help us.
Yeah, thank you, Ajit, for coming forward and adding to this. So yeah, you are very correct that we require a analytical system so that we can get very accurate, precise, and timely information. So timely is very important. It become a lot more proactive system, and we can highlight and give some kind of notifications to all the administrator, faculty members who are dealing with that. Then the next part was, in order to build the whole system, we required data, because machine learning and AI is all about having data at place. So the first part was having understanding of the data. So can anyone would like to add what kind of data is required for building these AI analytical systems, and from where we can get that data? Yeah,
Sir,
please.
as far as students are concerned, the academic data is required, data related to attendance, demographic, etc.
Very good. Thank you, Bindu, for coming forward and adding to this. So, as you mentioned, we require data of attendance, we require data of demographic information. We also require data from LMS, how they are using, how many assignments they are submitting on time, how many time they are late, how many video they have watched, or how many time they respond to forums and discussion boards. So, we need to collect all the data so that we can prepare to calculate their engagement and other important features which are very desirable for building these kind of system. So once we collect the data from various sources like attendance data, demographic data, their evaluations data, their LMS data about the engagement, the next step would be data preparations and performing EDA. So can anyone would like to add about why data preparation is required and what kind of operations we performed in data preparation?
Sir, we
Yeah,
can
please.
do the regression process which you have told yesterday.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. Adding to that, actually, that would come under model building. So, before building the model, regression or classification, we have to prepare the data, we have to clean the data. So, can you add more on that?
Sir, I think cleaning, integration, cleaning, removing the duplication, handling the missing value,
Yeah,
all these steps are
yeah.
coming in under the data preparation.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
as well
yeah.
as feature
Thank
engineering.
you, thank you. Yeah. So very good. So data preparations involves cleaning of data. It involves removing duplications in the data. It also involves handling the missing values. So that is data preparation because we are collecting the data from multiple sources. So there would be some missing or duplicate values or some issues of noise. So we have to handle that. And then we perform EDA. So can anyone like to elaborate what EDA is, what is its full form, and how we can, what topics we discussed in EDA, and how EDA help us to understand our data more deeply? Yeah, anyone? EDA, full form. Can anyone
Sir,
recall?
EDA stands for exploratory data analysis.
So very good, Bindu. Thank you to coming forward and
Encoding the
adding to.
data, encoding the data
Yeah, so
like
EDA
gender.
actually exploratory data analysis. So it is, as the term says, data analysis. So it means that we can analyze our raw data more deeply. Here, we draw some histograms, we draw some graphs so that we can see the trend and patterns in our data. So exploratory data analysis is all about building some visual interpretation of the raw data before building the model so that we can see how our data is look like and what are the correlations between the various columns. So we try to get some insights on that. So then the next step would be model building. So here we train the machine learning model. And in the last session, we discussed, I believe, two important things in that. The first important thing was to identify the type of problem, that whether we are going to build a classification problem or a regression problem. So can anyone would like to add about classification and regression? What is that and how it is different and relevant in this context?
Sir, simple
Yeah, please.
yes or no or pass or fail is classification. And
Mhm.
if we prepared in a numerical form like scores and continuous number, then it is a regression.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Dimple, to adding to that. So classification was that we discussed in the last session, it about just predicting the student is at risk or not, or is going to pass or fail. And in case of regression, we are going to predict what score the student can achieve. So you see that this is more about yes or no, student at risk or not. So I would say that this would cover under model building process. The next part is model building. Important is there are two kind of models. Some models are interpretable, but they are less accurate. The other models are more accurate, but less interpretable. So what do you mean by that? So what is interpretation? And when I say some models are like less accurate, some are more accurate, so what do you mean by that? So can anyone add to that? Here I request those who have not spoken so far during the discussion. So anyone, um, those who wish to add to that. So the question is, uh, what is model interpretation, and why it is required, and what are simple and complex ML models? Yeah, please. Anyone, please come forward and have discussion on that. What is model interpretation? Why it is required? In simple words, we are talking
So
about
you
model
told about
interpretation.
that there were two aspects of model interpretation. First was accuracy and second was interpretability. However, there is a trade-off between them, but we make a layer of interpretation over the accuracy.
Yeah, very good. So, model interpretation mean that once we get the machine learning model saying that this student is at risk, it's also important to understand that why that student is at risk. So, in order to understand that why component, we require some kind of model interpretation. So, if we have a simple model, then model interpretation is by default embedded in the system. But normally we go for a highly accurate system which are complex. They are just like a black box. We can't interpret those models. So in order to have interpretation, we require a layer of software above that. And in the previous session, we discussed one such algorithm for model interpretation. Can anyone recall what model we discussed for model interpretation, which can explain the role of each and every attribute in the final prediction? Which technique we discussed for model interpretation in previous session? Just give the name of that technique if anyone can recall. Technique for explainability, technique for interpretation. What was the name?
The SHAP, SHAP.
Yeah,
Sharp.
so thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nisha.
Sir, I
So
had a
we discussed,
question since last night. Can I ask it? No.
yeah, please.
Sir, is there any technique like can we use optimization technique here to maximize accuracy and maximize interpretability?
Yeah, of course, we can go for optimization techniques when we have machine learning models. So we go for statistical modeling, which help us to get maximum accuracy. But explainability is not a problem of optimization. Explainability is about how we can make our model more explainable by digging deep into the contribution of each and every feature. So I would say that optimization is more related with improving the accuracy instead of interpretations. And for interpretation, we normally have some local models, global model, which can view all the data, and then it can give some insights that, okay, why model is making that kind of predictions. So once we have data model predictions and we discuss CHAP model for that, then we have deployment and practical use. So we can deploy the system, we can have dashboards, so we can go for these kind of things. And these kind of systems should be simple and easy to use. And here we have a system which can be used by faculty members without any knowledge. It can be used by students, it can be used by faculty advisors, academic staff, and there are various stakeholders who are going to use that system. So we can make this as a very simple and have notification. We also discussed that it's very important to have appropriate notification so that student feel connected and student can feel the value in that system. Student must not feel that he's getting a policing, but he or they must get the feeling that they got some assistant from using AI based system. So we discussed these cases in the ethics and the challenges. So I hope that with this discussion you got a quick overview what we discussed in our previous session. So before doing anything else, first of all, we will be covering the demonstration about these concepts and give you walkthrough how we can build that system. So we have prepared a notebook, and I believe that everyone can access that notebooks from their own laptops and machines. So I request each one of you to please scan this QR code. This QR code will take you to a notebook, and it will help you to access that resources. So please scan this QR code. It will take you to the browser, and I believe that this will open a notebook for you. Please take time. So once you're able to access, please share your yes or no on chat so that, okay, some are saying it's not opening. Please everyone respond. Try to access this QR code. Yeah. So those who are getting issues, I request you again to please try. Since a lot of you are able to access it, so it must be uh, applicable to everyone.
Can we
Okay,
use
so let's
mobile
move.
phone?
Yeah, you can also use mobile phone and open that from mobile too. Okay, I will also share the link in the chat. That may help better. So anyway, so first of all, let's see how this link would look like. So you can see that this is the link which I'm talking. Those who are getting any issue in connecting with scanning the QR code, I have put that in the chat. You can just click on that link. Yeah, Daisy also shared the link. Thank you. So if you click on that link, it will open this uh, notebook. So let's see what this notebook is all about and how we can work on this. So first of all, it's very important to understand that this notebook has specially created so that you can do all the hands-on activity without installing anything. So you don't need any further software to install. It will work on your browser, and we can do all the experimentation here. So that make the things a lot more simple and easy to do. So now in this demo, our idea is to demonstrate everything that we discussed in our previous session. So here you see that in the last session we discussed about student data sets. So here we will be generating some realistic synthetic data. So we are not working on any particular data set. We are generating some data and we are working on that synthetic data. That is our first objective, so that you can see and analyze how these data look like. Then the second part will be on preparation and cleaning of data and adding some more features to database. Third is about doing EDA. So this is the same thing that we covered in our previous session. Then modeling, we would be building some simple model, that is logistic regression. We will be building some complex model, that is random forest. Then we would be discussing the accuracy, precision, recall, all these topics we covered in the last session. And we discussed that recall is more important. And I would also be covering more on ROC curve, confusion matrix. And then as we just discussed that there is a one algorithm SHAP that can be used for interpretability to understand what columns are playing more important role, so that we can understand why a particular student is at risk. We would be having some discussion on fairness check, because we want that our system must be free from any biases. Then we would be having some deployment simulations, and then we would be seeing that how we can save the model and how we can build and create the dashboard. So there are a lot of things that we are going to do in this session. So how we can do that? The first part is about environment setup. So this particular code automatically take care about all the libraries which are important for successful execution of this code or application. So what do you need to do? Just to follow me, those who are just doing it first time. So this is the button you can see here. So this is about run cell. You just need to click that button, and that portion will automatically execute the code for us, and you will get the return result below that. So here, once we execute that, you got the message, environment is ready. So I request everyone to please do that along with me. And if you have any question, please discuss with me. Uh, at this time, I am looking for your response. I want that don't just jump. Please do with me. We will be covering that very easily, so that you all can make sense of that, even without those have no knowledge about CS. So, first of all, I want you to run this first cell by click on this button. And once you click that, you must get the message in the end environment ready. Those who are able to get that, please type yes or no. Are you able to execute first part, that is setting up the environment? I want each one of your response, so please. I strongly recommend everyone to please do this with me because this is a hands-on session, which will make the sense only if you also do it right now, so that you can understand and appreciate what we are doing. And the most important thing, that you can get some confidence that okay, how we can build that system. And once you take it forward, I believe this will help you to guide your team, that okay, this is the sample and we can build similar kind of system within our university. So my idea is that if you are an administrator, you can just get the hands-on on the code, and then even share this code with everyone, um, so that if they are getting some issue, they can build the system on this. So okay, so environment is ready for most of you people. That's good to know. So now we are generating some realistic data, since we are not working on any particular data set of a university. So this is a sample data where we are generating data of 200, 1200 students. So normally we require approximate data of 1000 students to work and build a good machine learning model. So this is what we are looking at that time. So please try to get the data of 1000 students from maybe your previous courses to build that kind of system. So here you see that we collect their attendance rate, we collect their LMS data, which carry some information, how many logins they have per week, how many total hours they consumed in the LMS last week. We are having the data of assessment, which include their quiz average, which also include their how many time they submit late, how many assignment they submit. It also includes some demographic data like gender, age, whether they are first generation educator or not. and also some information about parental education. You can include more demographic data about their socioeconomic status according to the Indian context. And then finally, we have final grade in the form of pass and fail. So we are generating that code of 1200 rows in the next cell. So you can see that here we are mentioning that we require 1200 records, and in this we are saying how what column to generate. So we are generating demographic data, attendance data, assessment data, and generating all the data in the form of data frame. So let's see how this data look like. So you just need to click here again to run this cell. So let's run that cell, and once you execute that, you must get similar kind of data in the output. So here we just see first 5 record that is generated out of 1200 records. So you can see that it has student ID, gender, age, information about their parental education, whether they are first generation or not, their attendance rate, logins per week, login time hour, quiz, total assignment, how many times they submit late. And we also have final grade, like whether they pass or fail in that particular course. So it's important to understand at this point, we are talking about the data from previous semester here. And we would be making the predictions based on previous data for the current semester. So it's important to understand what we are doing. We have collected, you have to collect the data from previous, let's say 2 semesters, and based on your previous data you can make the predictions for risk students you are teaching currently. So here you see we already have the final grade information and all the data that, okay, what is their score, educations, and all those standards. So this data is labeled. We have already pass fail information, and that data will help us to build this AI analytical system for current semester. So we want that the student who I'm teaching currently, I can get flash out and notification about them based on my previous historical data when I teach that course earlier. So, for example, let's say this semester I'm teaching software engineering and I want to build some kind of alert system for high risk student. So I need to take the data when I taught software engineering or any other teacher taught software engineering in previous 2 or 3 semesters, collect that data, and the data must look like this, and it must have the final column like pass and fail information. So at this point, again, I want you to run this, and please tell me on the chat box whether you are able to generate synthetic data, yes or no. I'm waiting for your responses. So run that particular cell, and you must get some synthetic data. It would show only first 5 records. So are you able to get up to that point? Just please confirm. Again, I repeat everyone, request everyone to please do this on your own. I only see a few common names. I want everyone to do this activity. So please, if you are doing some other thing, please pause for some time and try to do this on your own. This would be wonderful experience for you to worth try it. So we already have a link in the
Sir,
chat
I want
box.
to ask something.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
सर जैसे आपने ये बताया कि ये हमें डेटा सिंथेटिक डेटा करना है, तो इसमें हम जो
Hmm.
रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं लाइक डेमोग्राफिक्स, इफ यू वांट टू ऐड समथिंग, व्हाट कैन वी डू, व्हाट शुड वी डू,
Yeah,
लाइक
so this,
another
yeah,
parameter we want to add.
I got your point. So first of all, आपने जब एक्चुअली सिस्टम बिल्ड करना है तो आपको सिंथेटिक डेटा यूज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. What you have
Okay,
to do, you have to use your own data in this, and you can
okay,
upload that data in the form of CSV file. So I'm just giving you a context that कि वो डेटा इस तरह का नजर आना चाहिए, लेकिन जो
okay.
डेटा जनरेट,
We didn't
हाँ,
have the data, so we are using synthetic data.
yeah, yeah. So in order to give you sense, So I'm not taking data of one individual class. So I'm giving you sense that कि आपका data कुछ इस तरह का नजर आना चाहिए, उसमें इस तरह के कॉलम होने चाहिए, और आप अपना रियलिस्टिक डेटा ऐड करेंगे, और आपको सिंथेटिक डेटा के ऊपर काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
And it
Synthetic
has
data
to be
just,
in CSV form.
yeah, it has to be in the CSV form. And you would be seeing that in the end, I would be giving you a dashboard where you can upload your CSV file directly, where you can see all the results and alerts coming up automatically for that CSV
Okay,
file.
thank you, sir.
Yeah. So this is just for you to see how the thing will work on the synthetic data. So then you see that once we have the data, there may be some missing values that we discussed, and the approach to handle missing value is to replace that missing value with the median of the values. We have some kind of encoding, because we discussed that if we have a string like male or female, it must be converted to 0 and 1, because computer can only work on numbers. We also require some extra fields that we covered under feature engineering that can find out some engagement score. Uh, since we have assignment summation, so we can check what is the delay rate overall. So if they have submitted 12 assignment, out of this 2 are delayed, so what would be their actual delay rate? Because if you see here, we have how many assignment are late. So you see here, one assignment is late out of 8, 2 is late out of 11, 2 is late out of 16. So we cannot simply work on assignment late, because here the number is 2 for 6 and 2 is against 11. So we have to calculate their percentage, we have to calculate their rate by dividing assignment late with total assignment, so that we can see the percentage. Okay, how many time that student is late, 1 out of 8 or 2 out of 6? So number is not important, their rate is more important. So their rate is calculated during feature engineering process, and then we would be having a final feature table that can be used for building machine learning models. So I hope that you can recall and understand the importance of data preparation. Here we are handling the missing values, converting our male female data to 0 and 1, calculating or adding few more columns like to calculate engagement score and percentage of the assignments that are delayed, and we put that in a table. So in order to see how we are doing that, you just need to run the next cell. So please click on that. And in this cell, you can see that we are adding some columns, attendance rate, and we are using some feature engineering. And when we use feature engineering, we are adding few more columns. So here you can see that this gender is already converted into 0 and 1, and we have, you see, attendance rate now. What is the total attendance rate? We have now quiz average, we have now engagement score, you can see this, and we also have submission delay rate. So submission delay rate, engagement score, these are added fields which we added by doing some calculations on the data. Like if it is 1 out of 8, the submission delay is 0.125. If it is 2 out of 11, the submission rate delay rate is 0.18. So I hope that this makes sense to you, and we are calculating that data accordingly. And this is the case where we have some feature engineering and some handling of encoding of data. So once we have feature engineering with us, the next point is how to visually see the data. So here we are creating various graph to see how attendance is distributed in our class, to see how attendance is related with the final grade. We are checking how logins are related with the average quiz score. We are also checking the correlation heat map. I would discuss that soon, what this mean and how it look like. So here we are creating 4 graphs. First is about attendance distribution. Second, attendance correlation with the final grade, logins with the quiz rate, and correlation heat map. So just to run, please click that button, run cell. And once you execute that, you must get 3 graph like this. So here In the output, you can see that we have various graph which have come up. So please take your time to run up to this point and see that how this look like to you. And if you're able to get these graph, please type yes on the chat box so I can see how many of you are able to get up to this point. So I'm waiting for your response. If you're able to get graph successfully, um, so I also have a question that whether it support CSV file, PDF or doc. So it only supports CSV file because normally we have the data in Excel, and Excel data is stored in comma separated file can be easily. So yeah, it is CSV file that we are dealing with. So I'm very happy that most of you are able to get up to this point and you have various graph coming up successfully. So let's focus on each graph one by one, and I would be asking various interpretation from you people this time. So let's see this graph first of all. This is the distribution of attendance rate. So this is on your screen, Zoom screen. So please take your time and try to see what this try to convey to us. And if anyone can elaborate this graph, I would be happy to listen to you. Yeah, please unmute. And if anyone can make any correlation about our first graph, that is attendance rate and count. Yes, please. You can unmute. Anyone who want to add to this? Yeah.
Between number of students versus attendance.
Yeah. So why we have lot of data here in this side? So what it indicates in the end, we have lot of blue graphs bars. So
Yes,
what
sir.
it says? So what it indicates in the end, we have lot of students. So it indicates that uh, there are few students who have attendance less than, you can say, 0.6%, means they are attending less than 60% of the session. So these are the students count who are attending less than 60% of the session, and these are the students who are attending most of the session. So most of our
Maximum.
class, yeah, maximum. Yeah. So most of
Yes.
our class is attending the session, but yeah, there are few students who have their attendance rate less than, you say, zero point 0.6. So we have this much of 60 to 70 students who have less than 0.6%. We have
Attend.
12 or 20 students who have less than zero point 0.4 and so on. So this is the way we can correlate. In order to make it a lot more clear, here, this is what I have written here. So I request each one of you to please read that interpretation of graph one. So please take your time and read this on your own to understand how this graph look like and what it mean. So here we are giving you the information about the observations about our graph one. So this is some student with lower attendance. So we are getting that information here in the form of count, how many attendance distribution rate. Okay, so let's see now this attendance by final grade. So this is the second graph. We call this as a box chart. What this graph means to you and what important information it is conveying to you. Please take your time, just look at this graph, and can you make some sense out of this data? Yeah, anyone? What is the meaning of this graph? Can you
When
interpret
attendance is
this?
more,
Sir,
yes,
the
yes, yes. When
student who has less than 70% attendance is failed, but the students who has attendance greater than 70% are passed. 80, up to
Yeah.
80.
Very good, very good. So thank for adding to that. So you see, this is the box for pass student. So normally the pass student has a median attendance rate as 0.8, and this is their attendance rate from minimum to maximum, and this is overall aggregation medium of those students who are passed, and this is the overall attendance rate for those who are failed. So normally you can see that it makes sense. Those who are passed, they normally have more attendance rate as compared to those who are failed. But of course there are few students who have attendance, who attended the session, but they also got failed, because you see there is some overlap also. And there are some student also who does not attend the class also get passed. But along with that overlap, you can see that the overall median score is zero point 0.8 for pass student and fail for less. So normally this is the trend we commonly find in all the systems, and this is what we also observed in that data. I strongly recommend you to read about this interpretation of graph 2. So here this is what we are telling. So this interpretation tell that some student with lower attendance still passed and some with the higher attendance fail, and there are some outlier, but attendance appear to be the important factor in the passing. But this is not the only factor, because it is just saying that yes, there are some overlap and we need some more details too. So this is attendance by final grade box chart. Then we have this third graph, login versus quiz average. So please see this, login versus quiz average. On x-axis, we have login per week. On y-axis, we have the data of quiz. All the dots are shown under two different color. Here, blue color indicates the student who are passed, while other color indicates student who are failed. So what you can make sense from this, since blue indicates student who got passed, login per week with respect to quiz marks, can you see any correlations with login per week and quizzing? Please.
Sir, a student who log in most of the time, they are getting more quiz marks. Average marks is high. And a student who is not login, less login, their average marks is less.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, you identified it very correct. And if you see the color also, you can see that most of the blue dots appear under this portion of a high login per week. And there are a lot of yellow dots here in this, which indicates that if they have a less login per week, first of all, their quiz marks are low. You can see all these are low entries, and also there are very high chances that in the end they also got as failed for that. So login has good correlations with their performance in the quiz. This is what we can correlate from this data. And for better explainability, here this is what we have written here on this note. So on x-axis we have login, y-axis we have quiz average. The points are color. So blue indicate pass, orange indicate fail. And you can see that students with higher login generally tend to cluster towards higher grade. Student with lower login normally have lower quiz scales. However, of course, there are still overlap. There are few who have good login, but still they fail. But clearly there is a trend between the engagement and the higher average marks, and they have a very high likelihood of getting passed. So we added that detail also here. So it's very important to read that detail. I strongly recommend you to read this interpretation of the graph also, and it will help you to get more idea what we are looking at. Make sense? Can I move forward if you have any question up to this point? Then the final graph is the correlation heat map. Here you can see that we have various uh, rows and column intersection, which is indicated in different colors. So these are the columns: attendance rate, login per week on y-axis. This is their corresponding correlations with the column on the x-axis. Here yellow color indicates the strong correlations. So if you go here, let's say login per week. So if you see, this has a strong correlation here. We have a yellow color here. So you can go down and see that, okay, login has a correlation with login per week, which is very intuitive. There is no further insight into that. But you see that here we also have some more of yellow and orange color. It means that yes, there is some correlation. So what is that column row here? So here you can see that engagement score. So you came to know that, okay, login per week helps us have some correlation with the engagement score. Similarly, if you see assignment late, so it has some correlation here. So what is that column? It has submission delay rate. So how many assignment are late? They are directly related with submission delay rate. Similarly, here we have some lot of yellow color, which indicate that engagement score is related with the login per week, LMS time R. So these are even attendance rate. So engagement score is highly correlated with these columns. And this is how we can read this particular correlation heat map. And by this is EDA, exploratory data analysis. And this exploratory data analysis help us to get some more detail about this. So here, this is the interpretation that we are saying. So this is a correlation heat map, which shows how these are related with one another. So there is a yellow, green, purple. So yellow means perfect positive correlations. So as you see some yellow color, you can see positive correlation. Zero green means no linear relationship, and perfect negative correlation is indicated with dark. So as one increases, the other decreases. So let's see where we have most dark areas. So here you see, as we go, you can see a lot of dark areas. So you see here attendance rate. Here, this is dark area, mean that if you increase the attendance rate, the submission delay rate is also decreased. So attendance rate has a negative correlation with submission delay rate. So if student is present in most of the session, then the submission delay rate is less. So this makes some sense to us. And you can see that also you can see assignment late. So that count is also negative. While you can see that age column most of the time remain idly, it means that age don't have any relationship with these columns. So this is how we can read these type of things. So even the total assignment uh, is also independent with most of the things. It has little correlation with the assignment late, but it is number of assignment has no correlation with other important fields. So I hope this give you idea how to read this correlation graph. Please take your time to read this. Here, these are the key observation. Attendance rate is correlated with engagement score, login per week, and these are some of the important insights as we discussed. So you can see that we can read these graphs, and we can get some more insights on that. So I give you another 2 minutes to read these interpretation. And before moving next, I want that everyone must read interpretation text which we have written here. It will help you to understand it more deeply. And then I will move forward about building machine learning model. So please take 1 or 2 minutes. But before that, if you have any questions, you can ask in the meanwhile. Okay, good. So the next point is about building logistic and random forest. So you see that we are building a classifier in that case. These two are the classifiers. Logistic regression is a simple model, while random forest is a complex model. I'm just running two models, but you can add more machine learning models. Those are from computer science. They know we can apply more models, but just to give you an idea, logistic regression is more simple, interpretable by default. Random forest is complex, it is a black box, and it will not provide you good interpretation results. but we will be evaluating these models on the basis of accuracy, precision, recall, and so on. So let's execute that portion of the code. So you see, we got the results, and you clearly see these are their metric: precision, recall, accuracy. So here, I hope everyone can correlate that accuracy of simple model logistic regression is 0.63, while accuracy of random forest is 0.73. So the complex model is more accurate as compared to simple model. Can anybody tell me, out of precision and recall, what was more important for us? You can unmute or you can type from
Recall, sir.
precision and
Recall.
Recall.
yeah, recall. Very good. So recall was most important. Can you see which model has higher recall from the results which are displayed on your screen? So which model has high recall, logistic or random? So you can see that logistic has a recall of 0.64, while this random forest is 0.94. So random forest has a very good recall, which means that it is very capable to highlight students at risk. Still, it's not 100%, but 94 is a good number as compared to 64. And you see that, but it has little bit less precision, so we require a balance in that. So that balance is covered under F1 score. So if you see the overall F1 score, which include both precision and recall, is 0.83. Here F1 score is 0.71. So it means that random forest perform fairly well in balancing precision and recall. And that's why random forest is considered as a winner in this. And overall ROC curve is 0.65 for random forest, and for logistic regression, we have other details. So with this, let's go and see some other metric. One is confusion matrix. Can anyone explain me what this confusion metric look like? What this mean?
So it is
So these
divided
are
into
the terms
four.
which,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, please speak this again.
So first quadrant shows true positive cases. Second one shows true negative. Third one
Yeah.
false positive, and last one false negative. If I'm not wrong.
So see here we have maximum number 161. So what this means, this is the true label and this is the predicted label. So mean that, let's understand how we can interpret. True label is one, mean that actually वो क्या है? तो actually ये student at risk है. So अगर ये student at risk है, तो 161 टाइम वी आर एक्यूरेट. तो जो एट रिस्क स्टूडेंट है उसको हमने एट रिस्क ही प्रिडिक्ट किया है 161 केसेस में. बट ऐसे 10 स्टूडेंट थे जो एक्चुअली वन थे, मतलब एट रिस्क थे, लेकिन हमने उसको एज ए जीरो इंटरप्रेट किया है. सो वी मेड सम मिस्टेक इन दैट. सो हियर ये जो रिकॉर्ड है 15, इट इंडिकेट दैट कि जो नॉन रिस्क स्टूडेंट थे, जो जो रिस्क पे नहीं थे, हमने उनको बोला है कि वो वाकई ऑन रिस्क नहीं है. सो दैट इज 15. बट या वी आल्सो हैव सम लॉट ऑफ पॉजिटिव फॉल्स पॉजिटिव केसेस कि जहाँ पे वो एक्चुअली रिस्क नहीं था, लेकिन हमारे मॉडल ने उसको एट रिस्क बोला है. कहने का मतलब यह है कि इसकी जो प्रिसीजन है वो कम है, क्योंकि वो एक्चुअली ट्रू लेबल उसका जीरो था, लेकिन हमने उसको फिर भी हाईलाइट कर दिया कि वो एट रिस्क है. सो यहाँ हमने काफी ज्यादा ट्रू फॉल्स पॉजिटिव सिग्नल दिए हैं. हमने बोला कि ये रिस्क है, बट एक्चुअली वो रिस्क में नहीं था. बट अवर टारगेट वाज टू मिनिमाइज दिस. तो यहाँ देखिए ये नंबर काफी मिनिमम है एज कंपेयर टू 54. तो हमारे जो रिकॉल है वो बेटर है रैंडम फॉरेस्ट में, और प्रिसीजन कम है. These are not the ideal model. This is just giving you an idea that yes, normally हमारे जो ये वाले इंटरसेक्शन है डायगोनल, वहाँ पे हाईएस्ट वैल्यू रहती है कि 1 into 1 means this is a true positive and this is a true negative, 0 to 0. So here we have again description about these, so which will help you to understand what we are seeing here. So this is confusion matrix, mean that कि जो actually रिस्क था वो हमने रिस्क में प्रेडिक्ट किया है, जो एक्चुअली रिस्क था उसको हमने प्रेडिक्ट किया है कि वो रिस्क में नहीं है। तो ऐसे कितने केसेस हैं, ये डायरेक्टली हमें ग्राफ बता रहा है कि कहाँ पे हमने गड़बड़ की है हमारे मॉडल में। उसके बाद हमारे पास ये आता है आरओसी कर्व। आरओसी कर्व ये बताता है कि फॉल्स पॉजिटिव रेट और ट्रू पॉजिटिव रेट में क्या कोरिलेशन है। ये ग्राफ जितना लेफ्ट कॉर्नर की तरफ होगा उतना ही ग्राफ अच्छा होगा, मीन दैट कि हमारे पास जो फॉल्स पॉजिटिव रेट है वो कम रहनी चाहिए और ट्रू पॉजिटिव रेट ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए। तो वो तभी होगा अगर हम यहाँ पे रहेंगे। सो यू गॉट माई पॉइंट, we want to have less false positive rate and high ट्रू पॉजिटिव रेट। तो मतलब अगर ग्राफ हमारा इस एरिया में है लेफ्ट कॉर्नर में तो ये उतना बेटर माना जाएगा। सो यू कैन सी दैट रैंडम फॉरेस्ट का ग्राफ टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट थोड़ा ज्यादा है कॉर्नर में as compared to logistic, but not too much difference, but still there is a difference. Random forest is little bit tilted towards more on this corner as compared to logistic. And this is this area under curve. If you see, this area under curve is zero point 0.7, this area under curve is 0.65. So it means that random forest perform fairly better as compared to this. So this ROC curve is receiver operating characteristics, and here we have written few details which will help you to understand this graph more better. And what we are saying that if area under curve is greater than zero point 0.5, then it is better, but we are looking for good model which must have some area under curve greater than zero point 0.8. So you can see that both models are good, but higher the value is better. So you see this has zero point 0.7, so that's why we can go with random forest. So this is the way we compare our machine learning model performance. So here I just want to stop to give you a good idea that yes, if we compare, random forest is the good winner in term of their accuracy, and these are the graph for random forest in term of confusion matrix, ROC curve, and other details. So up to this, I hope you able to read that and understand those graph clearly. Now the next part is about SHAP. So as you see, since we got the model now, this model can identify high risk student, but you see that our purpose was not only to identify high risk student, our purpose was to give the reason that okay, why that particular student is at high risk, what are the columns which are playing important role in that. So in order to get that, we require interpretation. So let's run that. We are getting what we are now going to see what columns are important in deciding that particular range. So this is our ROC curve. We are getting few issues here. Let's see. So in the meanwhile, I'm working on that error. If you have any points, you can discuss. Yeah, so we able to resolve the error. So let's see how this working. So these are the columns which are giving us global interpretation of feature importance. So you can see that which column is most important in deciding at-risk student. Top four. So just see top four column. Is it making sense to you? So at-risk student are mostly identified on the basis of quiz average, their attendance rate, their engagement score, and their LMS time hours. These are quite strongly high top four columns. So I hope this makes sense to all of you. We all are teacher, and we know that quiz, attendance rate, engagement score, and LMS time are play vital role. And you see what are the column which are not getting lot more important role. So first generation, their gender, their high school information, so parental education is not playing any role in deciding about the risk student. So it's more in the on the basis of this. So as ma'am was discussing that in our system, maybe their demographic data is playing vital role. So this is our assumption. So when you have that kind of random forest model or any machine learning model and explainability at place, then you can clearly see from your data that okay, whether their social data is playing important role in deciding at risk student or not. So this column must come quite in top 4 or 5 column if that is going to play major role. So you can see that you would get some now factual data and factual insight that okay, these are the top 4 columns which are deciding importantly, and then you can be more aware and careful about those things. And there are few other things which are not that important. So this is our sample data that we generate synthetically, and this is what we have seen. We have top 4 quiz average, attendance rate, engagement, and LMS time are the time students spend on this. And medium importance is delay rate, age, and login per week. And low importance is gender and parental education. So this is what we can correlate from this data set. But yeah, according to our own context, it may be different. But yeah, this is what we have at this time. Any question for you at this stage? Now we can go further and see the performance for SHAP. This will give us for specific student, and it can explain that in a better way. Let's resolve this error first. Yeah, in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, discussions. So now we have only 2 remaining important points that we will be discussing. So we wish to see how this interpretation goes for one particular student or group of students. And then, of course, we have to build our final deployment also. So this is what we are having. So this is explaining the gender important male and female role in overall SHAP score, and this is their interpretation. So this interpretation simply saying that most of the dot are clustered near zero, meaning that gender interaction don't have strong effect on the prediction. So if you see, most of the predictions are close to zero. If it is close to one, mean that it is playing more role towards pushing that student to high risk. But here you see most of the cases it is more toward zero. So that is what it is indicating. And here we have written the description which will explain you more about this. So it is spread between -1 and +1. So the gender effect is minor compared to other feature, and blue and red colors usually correspond to the value as low and high. So this is our interpretation for some of the selected student that gender is not playing vital role, and sharp values can give us that idea. Then we are checking the fairness, whether our model is fair on gender basis or the data about their demographic data like first generation or not. So here we are checking our fairness score. Just give me a minute to correct this. So let's see what we have. So this is the data which we have, first generation, 0 and 1. And this is gender for female and male. And this is their interpretation for first generation. So if you see that we have recall, which is important. So you see that it is nearly same for first generation. If they are there if they are not first generation student, then still the recall is nearly same as those who are first generation students. So most of recall is same. It means that our model is not biased towards 0 or 1 in case of first generation. But here you see that in case of gender it is little bit biased, because if it is female, then the gender recall is zero point 0.9. But if it is 1 which is male, then it is having the recall 96. So it is giving us little bit better recall in case of male as compared to female. You can see even the accuracy for female is 0.76, the accuracy of male is 0.7. So here gender is playing little bit role, and how particular gender is affecting our precision or recall or accuracy, we can analyze that. And if it is too different, too much different, then we can highlight that our model is more biased. It's still within that particular range, it is not significantly biased, but you can see that some alarming rate more in term of recall for you can see first generation student as compared to this. And if you talk about precision, then you can make your own idea about that. So the idea is that it is taking two classes and then comparing that, okay, how it is behaving in case of how accuracy is behaving in case of first generation no and first generation yes, how accuracy and precision is changing in case of gender male and female. If you see too many difference, it means that our model is biased. If it is not too much difference, then you see that it is fair, it has a good fairness. So here we have no too much fairness concern, but if you see there is lot of changes, then you can highlight that point during overall final discussion, that the model is lot more unfair for particular gender or for particular class. So I hope you got my idea. You can read this more on this documentation part, which explain this about fairness takeaway, and you can take it accordingly. If you have any question at this point. Next, we would be doing some kind of evaluation for our particular students. So here, I hope you will get some insight. So now our model is trained. We have all our predictions ready. So can we predict a current student? For current student, we will not having their pass fail information. We have their general data, and we want to see that whether that particular student is highlighted as at risk student or not. So we would be passing few instances for a given student, and we would be checking whether that student is highlighted as high risk student or no. So let's see our output in this case. So here, please see the sample. So here we are giving the sample data of a student. There is no pass fail information. This is just their data. We are giving a data of a student who is male, high school, first generation. This is its attendance rate, login per week. So this is their data. And we are seeing that whether that student is at high risk or not. So his risk score is 0.76, mean that our model is saying that this particular student is at high risk, and it is labeled as fail. So because you can see that his attendance rate may be another factor, his engagement score may be the reason. So due to these reasons, you can see that this particular student is identified as a high risk student, and this student is labeled as fail. Important thing to note that there is no label. This is a current student data, and based on that current student data, we are flagging that student as a high risk. Let's play with this. Let's increase their attendance rate. Let's increase their login per week, and let's try to see, is it making some difference? So now you see that as I increase their attendance rate, the now the risk score is reduced, and now this student is predicting pass. So now you see that you can just change the data, and it is making sense that if you reduce the attendance rate, then this student is flagged as high risk student. But if you have increased the attendance, and similarly you can play with other fields, and it is working very good on that way. So we are just getting the prediction for one student, but our objective is to get it predicted for all the students, so we can prepare a dashboard where you can put the data of the whole class and you can see the results. So even we can save the best models. So here we are actually storing our best models. I got some error in my code anyway. So now the last step would be to deploy this so that you can have a dashboard, and from where at present we have a notebook, but our final objective was to move from notebook to a full web-based system so that anyone can interact with that data, and any administrator can see it without having knowledge of running the notebooks. So this is what we have done so far. Now we are building the full-fledged app for this system so that we can run it on web, and we would able to see this as a website. So now we are creating a website for the whole system. That would be fun, and this code will help us to create the dashboard. So you see we are running this code. This code actually have all the functionality for the app. Now we are calling this app. Now we are running this on our server. So I'm just executing those so we are building a Streamlit applications in the end, uh, and I hope this will work. Yeah. So this is wonderful. It has created a website for us. So let's click on that. I'm also going to share link on your chat box so that you can also open this. Finally, what we get. Yeah, so wonderful. So this is what I wish to show you in the end. So this is whole AI learning analytical system that we able to create from scratch. You see that we started at 7:15 with all the discussions, and with so this is AI learning analytical system. You see that we have now total 40 student data which is uploaded on this. Their average attendance is this, average time per minute is this is their engagement over time. You can see how students are engaged for your class. So this is the real time data you are seeing. This is about their quiz score distribution. This is the graph you can see, and this is the top student by time spent, and this is at risk learner. Wonderful. So you can see that there are 9 students who have identified as at risk student, and you can see the reason that why they are at risk. It is giving them their overall score also. So this is great that we have now our website ready, which can provide learning analytics. It is giving you the code about so this is on our demo data. 40 unique students are there, and this provide you various quiz score distribution and top students also. It giving you that information, and at risk learner. So here you can also control what you are expecting. So here you see that you can control that. Okay, uh, फ्लैग करने के लिए एट रिस्क स्टूडेंट मिनिमम वीकली कितना टाइम आप चाहते हैं. सो इफ यू से दैट एट प्रेजेंट आई एम लुकिंग फॉर 60, यू कैन ऑल्सो चेंज दैट. ओके, फॉर माई कोर्स आई वांट 100 मिनिमम उसको लगाना चाहिए. सो जैसे ही मैंने 100 किया, यू सी दैट at risk learner now change to 34 because now my expectation is changed. So आप यहाँ प्ले कर सकते हैं. अगर आप मिनिमम वीकली एफर्ट कम करते हैं तो आपके जो फ्लैग्ड स्टूडेंट का काउंट है वो कम हो रहा है. And if you increase that minimum weekly expectation, then the flag students are increasing. You see, now it goes to 40 students because they are putting less effort, what you mentioned. So you can play with that. You can play with the minimum average scores. At this time I am saying that okay, 60% जिसका average है वो good है, लेकिन आप इसका बार अगर 80 तक कर देते हैं तो flagged learner बढ़ जाएंगे. So wonderful. And you can see, you can also play with the engagement score, and these are the bars which you can change and done with. Another thing which I want to show, and I would be very happy to talk about that. So we were discussing that कि आप कोई भी अपनी भी CSV फाइल डाल सकते हैं और उसकी बेसिस के ऊपर ये डाटा चेंज हो जाएगा. So we have prepared a upload CSV फाइल. यहाँ ब्राउज में जाइए और कोई भी नया डाटा दे दीजिए. तो ये सैंपल स्टूडेंट्स है. अब ये डमी डाटा नहीं है, अब ये डाटा है जो इस CSV फाइल में दिया है. सो लेट्स सी. सो आपको यहाँ जाके ये फाइल सेलेक्ट करनी है and ये file upload हो गई. Now you see that the unique student now there is 30. तो data is now changed. Average quiz score अब इतना है, और ये अब जो मैंने CSV फाइल अपलोड की है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली मुझे ये क्विज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन आ गई इनकी. ये पूरे सेंटर में है इनका. And you can see that these are the top student and these are the at risk 20 learners based on the CSV file which I have uploaded. So you can change another CSV file and you see the data will change. So now let's see this CSV file. Now it changed from 30 to 40, and you see all the graph is also changed. Now this quiz score graph is changed according to my new data. And of course, it also changed my at-risk learner count to 21. So wonderful. Our dashboard is ready. You can play with that. So you can browse these files. You can just upload your own CSV file of the class data, and you would be seeing that your graph will be populated. And this is what we wish to build as a overall for your own university. And the sample code is with you. You now can pass this code to your software engineers that can take from that. And you can even give the demo that okay, this is what I'm expecting for my college, for my department. Even you can hire few students who can build that kind of system. And I would be very uh, happy, and I feel that the overall objective of these two sessions is that we can have that kind of learning analytical system for your class, for your college, for your department. And you see that this is very reasonable, easy to implement, and the whole code is with you. You can access that code, you can play with that code. And here in that code I also giving you the sample CSV files that I have uploaded, so you can simply download that and play that with your AI analytical system. So please take your time, do your hands-on, and play with this web platform. And you see, it is live. Everyone can access it from the internet all over the world. And you can give the access to your teachers and your administrator, so they can easily flag out, get the idea that okay, who are at risk learners. So you can write appropriate email or notification to them, and you can further integrate that system with the local email system or SMS system. So yeah, this is what I wish to give you an idea. So please share your ideas, please share your thought, what you feel. And ultimately I want that each one of you must deploy this and think seriously, because ultimately I see that the idea of FDP is actually to have something new. And my objective for these two sessions is that in the end we have something which can go beyond the theory to have something real product. And I'm very glad that we able to implement and deploy the system starting from zero to fully active system which is live on website, and the whole code is with you. And you can see that you can just upload any file here, and according to your file you see the data is changing, the graphs are changing, and you got different at-risk students for that. So yeah, this is all from my side. If you have any questions, please discuss. We have few minutes before winding up. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sir, actually, I just wanted to know, can relative grading of the students can be implemented for this? If at all we can feed the data, can the relative grading of the students for final evaluation can come up?
What do you mean by relative grading?
Sir, when the mark sheets are actually being published of the BTech
Mhm.
students, so
Mhm.
what happens? The evaluation, let it be that the top person has got 92%, 92 marks out of 100 in theory.
Mhm.
And from 92, we actually evaluate all the percentage pointers of other
Yeah,
students
I
on the
I
scale
got
of 10.
yeah, I got your point. So yeah, we have to code it, but this system, the code which I have shared, is only for identification of at-risk student. But yeah, in the notebook you can add that, and that kind of coding or business logic we need to write. So as such, it will not perform that kind of relative coding grading, but yes, we can write a code for that activity, and it can be integrated into this. So that's why I am saying that this is just a platform where you can start playing and thinking, and you can add more features because the CSV file is here, and based on that data you can write your own code, you can write your own few cells in this AI file that I have shared. So आपको करना क्या है, जहाँ पे भी आप कोड ऐड करना चाहते हैं, let's say you want to add your system maybe here. So आपको करना क्या है, यहाँ पे कोड में जाना है, कोड प्लस, and you can write your code here, and even you can try generate with AI, so AI can help you in generation of that code also. The point is that this is not implemented in this, but yeah, we can do that by writing appropriate code.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah, please, if you have any questions. If you have any questions, please. So before winding up this session, I also want to share a few resources which I want you to explore. So this is our YouTube channel, which you can explore. I have shared the link with all of you on my this, and I'm also going to share my website, which carry all the information about what kind of research and project we are doing. It is also having the information about the books and all the contents. So please explore these resources and keep in touch, and I hope you will able to implement. I'm very excited to see how you able to build on that. So please write email to me if you build something, or if you try something within your college. So you see, this is my detail, and I would be happy to get feedback, and also would be very happy to see how you are using this in your own university. So this would be the major takeaway, that if you able to implement this for your class, that would be great insight. Just collect the data from previous 2-3 semesters, train your machine, build your machine learning model according to your own data, and you have a code for dashboard. So it will automatically build the website, and you will start playing with that. So with this note, thank you for all of you for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all, and it is so exciting to see the final product that we able to see in the end, and I hope you will able to take it forward and make it more realistic options out of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
So thank you so much, sir, for showing us another magic. It was really ecstatic session, and moreover, how the participants got ethical knowledge that really makes a difference And I feel just like you were holding the hands of all the participants and making them to cross the road. So that way you had guided and mentored them. So we are grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sartara. Thank you.
So we want to have one quick click of the day. So requesting everyone to be on webcam so that we can have one collective image. Suchi Sharma, I request you to open. It is always, you have never said no, and accepting our invitation really, really obliged you.
I know that some of you may be working for your dinners, making the dinner along this session. But anyway, we also cooked a full website along with that, along the food which you may be cooking. But I hope you were able to enjoy that outcome. And so nice to see all the faces from all across the nation. And I always love this online way of doing the things, and you able to connect and reach to more number of people. So thank you. I know that it is tough in the evening to connect, particularly during the dinner time. Most of you maybe have to cook or already cooked, or maybe cooking alongside, or maybe planning to cook later. But yeah, good. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So, bye-bye to everyone, and very good evening ahead. Thank you so much.
Right, ma'am.
Bye.